So I played football at Nebraska, but I was more than a football player, a little bit of a unique athlete. I had a knack for marketing. I was very active on social media. So I was in a position where my teammates or former teammates, some in the professional ranks, would often ask me for help with marketing themselves or building a social media audience. And one time I got a very unique phone call. The year is 2011, and my buddy Prince Amukamara, he had just been drafted in the first round of the NFL draft. And Prince called me up and said, "Hey, I would like to find a way to grow my social media audience. And in order for me to give Prince insights on how to grow a social media audience, I want to study the best marketers in sports at the time. And those were the individuals employed by the pro sports teams. And what I wanted to understand was how often were these teams sharing content on social media? What type of engagement were they driving? And how was that impacting their growth? And what I discovered was the average sports team was sharing 600 pieces of content per month on social media. They were driving 0.2% engagement rate, and they were growing about 1% per month. Once I understood how teams were performing on social, I wanted to analyze Prince's audience and study what he was doing. And what I learned was Prince was sharing only 6 times per month, 6 pieces of content. And he had a high engagement rate when he did share that content, 6% engagement rate. You're talking about 20 times higher than that of the teams themselves. And because of that, he was experiencing a 5% monthly growth rate. So understanding how teams were building their audience on social and bringing that same concept to Prince was important. How were we going to do this? We just needed to mirror the machine. If Prince would publish more content more often, just like teams, then he could grow his audience faster. And that was the plan I was going to bring to Prince. Little did I know that along the way, we'd encounter 3 specific challenges. The first challenge we encountered was access to content. See, teams were sitting on top of a plethora of content, photos from practice, videos from games, and they were able to use that content to share with their audience on social media. So if we could take Prince and just give him access to a pile of content, we thought that that would increase the likelihood that he would share more content more often. So the first thing that we did was find a way to get Prince access to content. We built Dropbox folders, box folders. We would email him videos and photos. We were making content accessible to Prince, and absolutely nothing changed. Prince wasn't publishing more content more often. But by giving him access to content, we discovered the second challenge, getting athletes to publish content on social media. Something had to be in the way. Prince was telling me if he had access to content, he was going to share it. Why wasn't he? Well, once you started talking to him, it was pretty obvious why. Prince every day had to go to workouts. Then he had to go to the X's and O's, that's practice, right? Eventually he had to go home to his family, and simply there just was not enough time. All of these things stood in the way of having Prince publish content. So we discovered we had to find a way to publish content for athletes.